Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video review for the Chelsea versus Fulham West London derby, which will be at 12 p.m. What I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this preview is firstly I'm going to give you the team news concerning both sides, which have been gathered from the press conference by Sky Sports, got there in the end. Then I'll give you my lineup based on the team news in which I've given you, or which I'm going to give you, sorry. And then lastly, I'm going to give you Paul Merson's score prediction, my score prediction, along with Google's probabilities. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this preview. Alright, getting into the Chelsea team news, there are two stories concerning the Chelsea team, and the first one is that Marcos Alonso, Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz, Cesar Azpilicueta and N'Golo Kante are set to return to Chelsea's starting 11 tomorrow for tomorrow's West London derby. And the second story concerning the Chelsea team is that Eden Hazard will be facing a late fitness test after picking up an ankle injury supposedly sustained against Tottenham Hotspur last Saturday. So that's it for the Chelsea team news. I'm getting into the Fulham team news. There's one main story which concerns two players, and the story is that Andre Anguissa and Kevin McDonald are unfit for selection, so they will be missing the game tomorrow. I don't know how effective they are, as I haven't really been watching Fulham, but it sounds like it will be a big loss for them, both of them. But yeah, that's it for the team news. Getting into my lineup now, and starting off with the formation, it is going to be a 4-3-3, as Maurizio Sarri would never ever change that unless there are unless Chelsea were in a crisis basically. Um, but yeah, that's it for the formation. It is going to be a 4-3-3. Getting into the personnel in which I've gone with Kepa in goal. Because I don't see Caballero starting, and I certainly don't see Rob Green even getting a chance on the bench. So yeah, Kepa in goal. I've gone with a back four of Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz and Marcos Alonso. Now some people have said that Christensen should be getting the spot over David Luiz, but for his performance last Saturday, and I don't necessarily agree with that, because David Luiz has been relatively solid for us this season. He hasn't been the best defender in our back four, but he's been relatively solid, and I don't see Maurizio Sarri picking Christensen over him. But yeah, that's the back four I've gone with. Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz and Marcos Alonso. Now moving into the midfield three, I've gone with Jorginho in that deep line playmaker role. Do I even need to say why I've gone with Jorginho? No. Let's just get into the two midfield positions just ahead of him. I've gone with N'Golo Kante in the right central midfield position and Ross Barkley in the left central midfield position. I've gone with Ross Barkley and not Mateo Kovacic, because I think that Mateo Kovacic doesn't have too much of a goal threat. He is a goal threat, but he needs to improve on his shooting. That's one thing I do admit. Mateo Kovacic is a world-class player, but that's the one thing he does need to improve on, his shooting. And I think that Barkley can offer some powerful runs and some incisive passing. Not saying that Kovacic doesn't. I'm just saying that Barkley needs more game time as well. So I think that he'll do a good job, and I think Kovacic should come off the bench. But yeah, I've gone with a midfield three of Jorginho, N'Golo Kante and Ross Barkley. Now moving on to the front three, I've gone with Pedro Rodriguez in the right wing spot. Even though he started against PAOK, I think that he deserves to start against Fulham tomorrow, because against Tottenham Hotspur he didn't impact the game too much, but he certainly did make a change. I think that he was. Yeah, Pedro was really good on Thursday as well. So based on merit, I think he deserves to start. On in the centre forward spot, or the striker spot, I've gone with Alvaro Morata, because I think that he's a confidence player. I say this all the time, but he is a confidence player, and I think that he could thrive against Fulham. So yeah, that's why I've gone with him. In the left wing spot, I've gone with none other than Eden Hazard. I think that he will pass his fitness test. Hopefully he does, because there's nothing that says that Fulham won't sit back and try to shut us out of the game and stop us from creating too many chances, because they've done that before, and under Claudio Ranieri there's nothing that says that they won't do that ever again. So yeah, that's why I've gone with Eden Hazard on the left. Now to recap the lineup, Kepa in goal, a back four from right to left of Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz and Marcos Alonso. In the midfield three, I've gone with Jorginho in that deep line playmaker role, with Ross Barkley and N'Golo Kante just ahead of him. And in the front three from right to left, again, I've gone with Pedro, Alvaro Morata and Eden Hazard. So that's the lineup. Now to conclude this preview, I'm going to give you a set of predictions. Mine, Paul Merson's and Google's probabilities. And starting off with Paul Merson's prediction, he has gone with a 2-0 Chelsea win as he expects Chelsea to win as they have the players to break down Fulham's defence, which is fair enough, but the reason why I disagree with that, I did go over a high score prediction by the way, but I do disagree with the fact that we are capable of breaking down teams the opposition defences easily, because we struggled with that in the past. We struggled with that against Everton, and against West Ham. So yeah, we do have a slight problem with breaking opposition defenses down, but yeah, I do see where Paul Merson is coming from. But getting into Google's probabilities, Google have gone with an 82% chance of Chelsea winning. So without needing to get into the other two probabilities, it's obvious that Chelsea are the favourites for this one according to Google, but I'm going to give you the other two anyway. They've gone with a 12% chance of a draw happening and a 6% chance of a Fulham victory. Hopefully the players live up to that. But getting into my score prediction, I've gone with a 4-1 Chelsea win, as I think that Chelsea have the ability to go out and batter their neighbours at Stamford Bridge, plus they would want to get back to winning ways in the Premier League. Fulham have been picking up results, but I think that Chelsea will be too strong for them. Now, the only problem I do have is the fact that Fulham may sit back and defend for their lives, because like I said earlier, we've struggled with that against teams such as West Ham and Everton most notably, and also in some parts Manchester United, particularly in the second half of that game. But yes, I've gone with a 4-1 Chelsea win, as I simply think that Chelsea are a wounded animal as of now, and I think that Fulham would most likely not be able to cope. But maybe I'm underestimating Fulham. I do think that Fulham has some good players like Andre Schürrle, Alexander Mitrovic, Tom Kearney, the list goes on. They do have some good players. I won't be doing my 7 favourite goals against Fulham, because I plan on releasing an exclusive video where I explain my thoughts on the West London derby between Chelsea and Fulham itself, and my thoughts on if it will ever become one of the bigger derbies in the country, because I feel as if this derby isn't really respected enough. But you'll see that very soon. And then I'll be doing my 4 things in which we need to do in order to beat Fulham, and that may just include the fact that we have to try and break them down by getting into space. But you'll see. Stay tuned to those videos. This is the end of this preview. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'll see you all very soon. I'll see you all tomorrow for the West London derby, where hopefully Chelsea batter their West London neighbours. But yes, come on you Blues, and peace. Please beat Fulham. Send them back to Craven Cottage. Come on Chelsea.